do not worry about inequality. I worry about opportunity, and I worry about poverty reduction. And the number one example that I always give people is China. China started to liberalize and reduce state control under Deng Xiaoping, I guess starting in the late 70s, early 80s. And if you look at the so-called Gini coefficient, which measures inequality in a society, China, over the last several decades, has become vastly more unequal. That sounds bad, right? If you look at the poverty numbers in China, what you'll find is that rural poverty, and in China, rural poverty meant you were starving. So you're talking real material deprivation, not US standards of poverty or Western European standards of poverty. In rural China, the poverty rate fell from 95% to 10% during this same period. So in other words, by opening up their economy to markets, by reducing state control of the economy, what happened is everyone got richer in China. Yes, some people got richer faster than others. China became more unequal on paper. But you know what? If I'm a poor person in rural China, I am overjoyed that China liberalized its economy. Because now, instead of worrying about my children starving to death, I now have probably a lower middle income standard of living, certainly by our standards, but a far, far better standard of living than I used to have when the state controlled everything. So the bottom line is, I think it's much more important to focus on growth, on opportunity, on poverty reduction. If you focus on inequality, and this is the debate I have with many of my left-wing friends in Washington, they get very upset that Bill Gates and Zuckerberg and a lot of these rich high-tech people, they get very upset they're so wealthy. And I say, okay, if you take their wealth away, is that going to make poor people richer? No. What makes poor people richer is a fast-growing, thriving economy. We today are much richer than our parents. Our parents were richer than their grandparents, and so on and so forth. Why? Because for the most part in our society, we have allowed markets to function. We've allowed people to get richer. Some people get richer faster than others, but so long as there's that opportunity to rise, I think that's the best approach. I don't think focusing on how to reslice a shrinking pie is the right answer. Yes, maybe in the initial period, you can redistribute some money and make poor people better off on paper, but if the net result is that your society is growing slower, your economy is not as vibrant and dynamic, in the long run, you're going to make poor people worse off. And so on inequality, whether it's wealth or whether it's income, I think that's the wrong focus. I'd rather focus on poverty reduction.